So we're sitting on 97 penalty minutes. If you get 100, you don't make the playoffs. They kick you out. So we cannot get 2 penalties or 1 double minor and we're out. So on top of trying to win the game, we're also trying to stay out of the penalty box. So let's see how this goes. We are playing the Ice Gators. Hey guys, it's the old guy in the net here, Mark Senna, back with another episode. I gotta tell you, the calendar just turned January 2025, and here I am editing games from April 2023. It's not by design. I'm continuing to play hockey. I play a lot of games, at least 5 a week, and it's just simply finding the time to go and edit. You know, you have to go back and watch all these games and try to find some clips that are somewhat interesting to tell a story. And, you know, the easy part for me is playing the games. The hard part is finding the time, like I said, to go back and make these episodes. I want to continue to tell my story. It's just a challenge to get behind the computer and put in the time. I wish I could continue to produce the episodes in a timely manner. Right now, I'm on an average, probably it's taken me 4 or 5 weeks to create 1 episode. I wish I could do 1 a week, but just not possible. I'm doing all this on my own. So without any assistance, it's really just a time-consuming process. Slowly but surely, I'll continue to crank these out, continue to share with you my hockey experience. So with that said, did you like the new opening? Is it better than the other one? The other one was long. I needed to cut it down. So I come up with this one. This is from an old television series that I used to watch. I won't give it away. Let's see if someone can guess and put it down in the comments below. All right. So in this game here, we're in trouble, right? So we're up against the penalty threshold. And with that in mind, we go and play a game that we basically gave this team, the Ice Gators, all the space they wanted. We weren't going to challenge pucks. We weren't going to get anywhere near them where the referee could blow a whistle and give us a penalty. I think they caught on early that they had time and space, and we end up paying the price. But at the end, you know, that was all right. It was just getting through this game without getting penalties. All right, so it's still the first period. We're already down 3-0. We're being outshot on a 5-1 margin. And, you know, for a goalie like myself who's competitive, it's not fun. We have no chance of winning here. It's a strange situation being up against this penalty threshold thing. It really is. I've never been involved in a game like this where the number one goal isn't to win. It's just not to get penalties. We put ourselves in that position by getting numerous undisciplined penalties all season long. So we're winning the penalty battle, but we're losing the game. It's not our game. It's a little weird. I mean, the shots, 26. They got 26 shots through 2 periods. 2 of the goals I should have had. That kid cutting in, and he shoots it back the other way. I should have had that. So out of the 4, 2 of them were preventable on my head. I'll blame myself for 2 of them, but we haven't scored yet. So let's pretend the score is 2-0 and see if I can keep my team in it enough so we can come back and at least get 2. 36 shots against. Down 5-0, there's a minute left. 36. Tonight, sleep. I'll get up early in the morning, drive to Fort Lauderdale for the Can-Am tournament with my team from Boston, the Scorpions. Never played for them before. I know one player on the team. I don't know what level or what we're getting into. I think we're playing 3 teams from Quebec. So, should be interesting. Hopefully I play well in the net. And
you may find yourself living in a shotgun shack. And you may find yourself in another part of the world. And you may find yourself behind the wheel of a large automobile.
Look who we have with us. That's the wife on a road trip. It's the Can-Ams. It's the Can-Ams at Fort Lauderdale. I'm 3 minutes away. So I'm playing for a team from Massachusetts who I know one player, Kenny Burdine. I haven't seen Kenny in many, many years. He got me on this team. I have no idea about the competition, the level, nothing. I think we're playing 3 teams from Quebec. I don't know if we're in the 40 and over or the open division. Who knows? I'm here to stop pucks. That's it. But anyway, so we got a game tonight, 8:15, and then tomorrow at 4:30, and then again at 8:15. So obviously we got to win at least 2 out of 3 to make it into the medal play. I've played in a lot of tournaments in my career. What I've come to find is this. The tournament organizers don't necessarily do the best job in separating talent. They get your money, and that's number one. You're an adult team, and if they only have 6 adult teams that sign up, then guess what? You're in that one division of 6 adult teams. They are not going to separate you. With that said, teams that enter these tournaments, some of them are there to compete and win, and they bring their best players that they can find in their areas, and others are there for fun. It's not serious. They're there for a weekend away with the boys, have a good time, have some beer, and play some hockey. And so, again, this isn't guys that I know, so I'm going into this blindly. I don't know what I've signed up for. But I quickly find out. I get that from a text from my buddy Kenny that most likely we're in over our head. The Canadian teams that play in these tournaments down in southern Florida, they're not going to pay a lot of money to travel that far to not be competitive. These teams we go up against, they're talented. I think 2 out of the 3 are sponsored, so that helps to recruit players. And the team that I play for, these are guys that are all friends. They play in a local league. It's nothing serious. They're just there, for the sweat and the camaraderie of being together and playing hockey. So losing, I'm okay with. I can deal with that. But getting lit up and giving up a lot of goals and not playing well, and that's when it gets tough for me to deal with because I'm competitive. I want to win. I want to play well. I don't want to embarrass myself or my team. So let's roll it and see how this thing unfolds. After a quick hello in the locker room and getting to meet my teammates for the weekend, it was time to hit the ice. And right away, this team is firing away. It's a shooting gallery here, just trying to keep the puck out of the net, keep the dam from breaking as best as I could here in the first period, and figure maybe we'll find our legs and we'll get into this game and we'll be okay. Quick note here, we're in a division of 4 teams. My team, the Scorpions, are from Massachusetts. And then we have 2 teams from Quebec City. And then this third team, the one I'm facing here, is supposedly from New York. It says they're playing out of Chazzy, New York. If anybody looks at the map, they would realize that this particular town, Chazzy, New York, is only 8 miles from the Canadian-American border. Their company sponsors a team, or the team they're playing on, is Tetrol Financial. They're based out of Winnipeg. You can pretty much figure out that this is another Canadian team for the most part. Yeah, they probably have a couple of Americans sprinkled in there, but I'm guessing they're, it's another Canadian team. Once again, the Can-Am sticks our team in a division where we are heavily outgunned. On the flip side, they have East and West. In the West, there's 4 teams. The Bemidji Old Timers out of Minnesota, and you have another team, CS team out of New Jersey, IBS Security out of Quebec City, and then the Warriors were out of Chicago, Illinois. It's still the first period. It's still scoreless. We're being outshot about 15-1, and it just feels like it's a matter of time before they score. They're just getting too many good, not only shots, but just really good scoring opportunities. I like the challenge. I'm up for the challenge. I enjoy the competition. I enjoy the workload. But I also want to have a chance to win. This is only the beginning. Wait till you see what comes in the next 2 games. So let's continue. Finally, the dam breaks, and they beat me on a top corner goal, and then one hits off my mask and trickles in. I don't like that one because maybe I was turning my head. Can't turn your head sideways, let's put it that way. I want to take the puck directly square in the face. When you start turning your head sideways and they hit you off the side of the helmet, that's when you expose yourself to injury, and also that's when the pucks can deflect off you and end up in the net. So we're down 2-0. I'm not seeing a comeback here, folks. I must say it's a pretty good feeling when the other team is giving you stick taps on the pads and telling you great save, and the goalie at the other end is tapping his stick on the ice, applauding your efforts. Hockey's a great sport, right, guys? Hockey's just awesome, and it can be such a wonderful sport when played with gentlemen guys, and that's what we had here in this one. These guys were great. Yeah, they were better than us, and they were dominating the game, but they played it clean. They appreciated my efforts. I was giving my team here, the Scorpions, everything I could to keep them in it. All right, we're going to look at that last goal they just scored. In games where the opposition is dominating and I'm getting a lot of work, oftentimes I will start to try to do too much. And instead of just taking the shot and let my defense worry about the passing options, I kind of go, 50-50. And in this goal, the shooter's in the slot. He's got room. He's got people around him, but no one's actually on him. But I also see this player here to the right. He slides over. So I'm expecting a pass and maybe a one-timer. And I start to sit back in the crease. What I should have done is definitely square up and maybe get on top of my crease a little bit more and take away the player that has the puck that eventually wristed it right by me. But this is what happens in these games after you start facing a lot of shots and defense are getting run over. Not in a physical sense. The other team just has some fast forwards and we're not able to stay with them. You just tend to try to cover for them and just extend yourself. Only the first period. Much of this in men's hockey. Puck carrier comes down. We got 2 defensemen right on him. They're doing a great job. Shut the attack down. And what does he do? He drop passes it. He's got this partner trailing the play, and this guy just fires a beautiful wrist shot past me.
Shifts, as hot as balls, and the ice is shit. And all they do is toe drag, so we're the fucking fuck. All of us. Other than that, we can't make up for them being better hockey players in the next 15 hours, so we'll call it a day. Play of the game, Mr. Mark. Yeah.
Put it on?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you gotta get a
where's the bar?
You might be the only player it fits on, too.
And you may ask yourself, how do I work this? And you may ask yourself,
Ever a time when you can get your ass kicked on the ice and get lit up for 6 goals, but at the end you still feel like you won? Well, that's how I felt after this one. These guys were great. They were great in the locker room. They give me the player of the game, this awesome championship belt. I gave it my all. I left it all out on the ice. I tried hard, and they were better hockey players than we were, and that's the truth. So, feeling good. I was tired. I needed something to eat. The wife and I decided to head over to the Hard Rock Casino, grab some dinner, and then we tried our luck inside the casino. Yes, I wore the belt walking around the casino. No, I didn't. I didn't do that. But I sat down and played some video poker, and I got a straight flush. Never got one of those in my life. Granted, I was only playing 50 cents, so it paid like, $25 or something like that. All good. I'm not a big gambler. I don't play high limits like my wife here. Look, she won. She won $700. So together we walked away from that casino. We were up more money than when we walked in. It was a great night. Our games the next day were late. I think they were at 4 o'clock and then 8:30. So didn't need to get up early for anything. And I knew what was on the horizon. And that was going to be 2 tough games against 2 Canadian teams. So all in all, great experience. Great first game with this team. Yeah, we were on the losing end, but heads were held high. We tried hard, every one of them.
and you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here?
Second day of this Can-Am tournament. Last night didn't go well. We lost 6-0 to the team from New York. Today we got 2 games, one at 4:30, next game at 8:15, playing 2 teams from Quebec. The team we're playing first here at 4:30 beat the team we lost to last night. So this could be a tough game. Yeah. And I think we have to win both of them to play tomorrow. So we will see how this goes. We'll see you out in the ice. Bye-bye. With the late start on Saturday, all of our players had time to recover. Everybody showed up. Unfortunately, so did our opponent. Mercedes out of St. Nicholas, Quebec. They beat the team that we played last night. I think they beat them like 5-1, so we knew we were in for a tough match. Let's see how it goes. 20 minutes, they're skating circles around us, applying a lot of pressure, and we've taken 2 penalties. They score on both power plays. We're not able to defend. I'm not sharp either. I have pucks bouncing off me. I'm not controlling the rebounds. I'm going right to them because they're in front of the net and they're putting them behind me. We're just not in a division that we can, have a little fun. Chasing around a team for 45 minutes and getting lit up on the scoreboard. After a while, it gets a little tiring. And they're just so much faster than us. We have the puck. We have no place to go with it. We panic. We throw it up the boards. They get it. And they got 3 guys out front of our net. That's our first tournament goal. Got another one, 5-2. These tiebreaker rules in place where teams that, like we're playing against here, have to score goals. When you're beating on a team 10-0, and you know there's 4 minutes left and you're trying to get the 11th and 12th goal, that doesn't usually sit too well with your opponents. And it's not necessarily against that team. It's your aggravation is with the way these directors set it up to have such mismatches and create these situations where teams have to run up the scoreboard. With about 7 minutes to go in the game, we're down 7-2. They get these in-tight chances to score again and then draw another penalty, which they will score on the power play to make it 8-2. It's been a long game. It feels like 20-2. Nine to 2 with about 10 seconds left in the game. They come down on a 2-on-1. Look at our guys in the back and center ice. They stop skating. They're not going to try to score with 5 seconds left, are they? Yeah, they are. And they did. And this is what I was talking about. The Scorpions, they're good guys. They didn't overreact. I didn't overreact to this at this time. But maybe in the next game, frustrations finally get at least the best of me. Our guys were pretty level-headed and they stayed composed. I think 3 games of beatdown just got to me after a while. At some point, enough's enough, and I think in game 3 I'll react to enough's enough. They'd done scoring goals on me. I was hungry, tired, needed a refuel. So we headed to a local restaurant to grab some pizza and do some relaxing. I had about, 3 hours between games. Once we were done eating, we hung out in the parking lot, tried to dry out my equipment, and then it was back into the rink for one final game in this Can-Am tournament. And this time, it was against Spartak. They're another team out of Quebec City, and they take their hockey very seriously, as you will see. For this game, I changed it up a bit. Went back to my Vapor X55 pads, changed the gloves. I wanted to be comfortable and be a little quicker. I had given up 16 goals in 2 games. I had to try something. Let's just say that. Let's roll it, see how that works out for me. Plot begins, and they're firing away. And this particular team is getting really close to me, coming right up on the top of the crease. One player, number 21 here, he actually goes behind me through the crease. I'm just feeling a lot of yellow around me, trying to make me feel uncomfortable. And I'm noticing it because they're really close. They're like too close. So I can't say they're interfering with me. They're not getting penalties. The referee sees what's going on. But as a goalie, yeah, you're a little distracted with them when they're right on top of your crease.
It was over here, guys. When I was yelling at right here. Right there. I could see it. But you didn't have it covered. Yeah, I could. I could see the end of it over there.
About 2 minutes, we skated right with them, stride for stride. 2 minutes, it was 0-0. I'm kidding, of course, but there were no goals in the opening minutes. And then 1, 2, 3, they scored 3 quick ones. We're finding out they're not any fun to play against neither. There's ways of going about beating a team and still carrying yourself on the ice in a gentleman way. I just didn't feel it with this team. Yeah, it was a long weekend, and, we had already had 2 tough defeats, so our frustration level may have been raised a little bit. But then you go up against this team, and we're not having fun here, guys. It's not fun. After this shot beats me, high glove side, to make it 4-0, probably would have been a good time to take me out of the net. Wasn't stopping a beach ball. Everything was going in. But no, In these tournaments, in most adult hockey games, you are the only goalie, so you got to take it on the chin. They scored goal number 5, goal number 6, and after the 6th goal goes in, I'm at my breaking point, and it's, unfair to the other team, but they're out just trying to play hockey and score goals and win the championship. That's their goal. My goal is to get out of here with, not embarrassed and be done with this. As the goals are piling up and the frustration is mounting, it's just tough sometimes to totally keep your composure, especially when you're up against an opponent that is kind of not being respectful. Let's just say that. They're scoring goals on you and they're being respectful and good guys about it. I'm cool with it. It's your day. I'll have my day down the road, but today's your day. Enjoy it. I've always said, guys, you score a goal on me, high five your teammates, get back to the circle, and let's continue to play. When you stand around the net and you say something to me or stand over me, then we have a problem. Then it becomes personal. I'm trying to avoid that. I'm trying to just get through this game. I'm at that breaking point. Already trailing 7-0. 21 here again, gets too close to me, takes a swipe at my stick, and I'm just kind of done with him. We have no chance of coming back. You're totally dominating the game. Just being a pest, that's his game, I guess. Don't come near me again because that's where I'm at. And he does, and this is what happens. So yeah, we had a little collision. Is it my fault? Is it his fault? Maybe both. He wasn't going to stop. He was coming right up to that crease line again. When he got too close, I reach out, braced myself for the collision. I don't want to resort to that kind of stuff. More often than not, I would have a defenseman who would clear the front of the net and we wouldn't have that problem anymore and games go on. But I didn't want to get them involved in something that they didn't maybe see fit or thought that there wasn't anything there and I was dragging them into some kind of street fight. I was willing to handle it on my own. And it wasn't egregious. It was just one guy kind of playing the pest style, just buzzing the net and skating through the crease and cutting behind me. And if it's a 2-1 game, okay, I understand what you're doing, but you're up 7-0 and you're still doing this stuff, guy. And he's the only one. None of the other guys are doing this. But it's not only what you see here. There's also stuff being said. Do I lose composure a little bit and maybe overreact? Yes. What was I supposed to do? Stand there, let him run into me, maybe draw a penalty, get a power play, but we're down 7-0. At this point in the game, I'd rather kind of take my frustrations out a little bit on him. I'm not trying to hurt the guy. I'm just trying to stand my ground and say, dude, I've had enough of your game. I've had enough of it. It is what it is, unfortunately. So here, just like the last game, we have a team that's well out in front of us, in control of the game, and they're not just okay with that. They're looking to run it up. They're looking to win by 10 so they can get the maximum points allowed for tournament seeding. And that's what they're going for. They're not satisfied winning 8-0. No, they want to make it 10-0, maybe 12-0. I've been on teams where they're going to take exception to that. If you're trying to score, you're going to pay the price out front of the net. It's just like you beat us, now let the clock run out. Dump it in, let it run out. But in this tournament, the way it's set up, this is the way it goes here in the Can-Ams. They're trying to beat you by 10. Play more and more of these adult tournaments. I start to wonder if there's better things I can be doing with my time.
And you may ask yourself,
That team that just whipped us, they end up finishing 3rd to take the bronze medal. They beat the Minnesota team. The team that whipped us in the second game, they beat us 10-2. The Mercedes teams, they lost in the final to another Quebec City team, IBS Security. There were 8 teams in our tournament, and we finished in 10th. I kid. But that's what it felt like. My advice to anybody thinking of entering one of these Can-Am tournaments, do a little homework, ask a lot of questions, know what you're getting into. Make sure they guarantee that you're going to be put in a division that matches your skill level. Make sure you get that guaranteed. It's not all doom and gloom. Anytime you get to go away and play some hockey, it's all good, right? We did have some fun. We had some laughs. We had some fun in between games. And I did continue to play in tournaments after this. I know I said, I might rethink or reconsider throwing my hat into these things. No, I've played in 3 since this one. Played in Nashville, Moncton, and here in Florida. So I'm still grinding, still up for a challenge. Sometimes I get asked why I keep playing. Why do I play so much? My wife likes to ask that question. Why do you play 5 nights a week? The answer really is because the phone rings. People call me to play. I know there's going to be a day when the phone isn't going to ring. Those opportunities will dry up. And then, maybe I'll be playing once a week and just pick up somewhere. But right now, the phone rings. There's opportunities to play on teams and in tournaments. And I enjoy the challenge and I love playing. So until I stop proving myself or until the game isn't any fun, I will continue to put myself out there and do my best. Onward and upward. Peace, everyone. Thanks for watching.
You may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful house. And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful wife. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me out. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground. Into the blue again, down to the money score. Once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever